This month in gaming was not defined by a flood of random headlines, but by a small number of major developments that have real and lasting impact on players, creators, and the gaming industry as a whole. Most people scroll through dozens of updates and still miss what actually matters. So in this video, we are going to break everything down in a clear and structured way, focusing only on verified information, real impact, and what you need to pay attention to going forward. This is not a daily news recap, and it is not about covering everything. This is a monthly briefing designed to save your time by selecting only the most important stories, verifying them through reliable sources, and explaining not just what happened, but why it matters. Every story in this video earns its place through a clear selection process based on impact, verifiability, relevance, and long-term importance. So you are not just informed, you are informed about the right things. Story 1. The biggest story of the month. The biggest gaming story of this month comes from a major platform level change, specifically a pricing update across PlayStation hardware. An official announcement confirmed that pricing adjustments are being made to PS5 models and related devices, with these changes taking effect in early April 2026. This is not just a simple price change, it is a structural shift that affects the entire gaming ecosystem. Hardware pricing plays a critical role in determining how players enter the gaming space, how quickly a platform grows, and how developers plan their releases. When console prices increase or change, it directly impacts new players who are considering entering the ecosystem. A higher price can slow adoption, while a lower price can accelerate it. This in turn affects the size of the player base, which then influences game sales, subscription growth, and overall platform activity. For existing players, pricing changes influence upgrade decisions. Players who are planning to buy a new console may delay their purchase or wait for discounts and bundles. This creates a ripple effect that extends beyond hardware into software and services. From an industry perspective, pricing changes signal deeper strategic and economic factors. These may include rising production costs, supply chain pressures, or long-term positioning strategies. These decisions are rarely random, and they often reflect broader trends in the market. The most important takeaway from this story is that gaming is becoming more sensitive to economic factors. Players are no longer just making decisions based on games, they are also considering pricing cycles and value over time. Looking ahead, the key thing to watch is how competitors respond. If other platforms adjust their pricing or introduce new offers, this could lead to a wider shift across the gaming market. Story 2. Platform Ecosystem Updates. The second major story of this month focuses on platform ecosystem updates, which continue to shape how players experience gaming on a daily basis. Official communication channels such as Xbox Wire and Nintendo's What's New updates have been consistently delivering announcements related to features, services, and content availability. These updates are not just routine announcements, they are part of an ongoing competition between platforms to provide the best overall experience. Gaming is no longer just about individual titles, it is about the entire ecosystem that surrounds those titles. One of the most important aspects of these updates is subscription services. Each time a platform updates its subscription catalog, the value proposition changes. Players gain access to new games, lose access to others, and continuously evaluate whether the service is worth their time and money. Feature updates also play a significant role. Improvements to system performance, user interface changes, and new platform features all contribute to the overall experience. These changes may seem small individually, but over time they shape how players perceive a platform. For players who are deeply invested in a single ecosystem, these updates are especially important. Platform loyalty is no longer driven solely by exclusive games, but by the entire experience, including services, updates, and long-term support. From a broader perspective, this shift highlights a fundamental change in gaming. The industry is moving from a product-based model where players buy individual games to an ecosystem-based model where players engage with a platform that continuously evolves. This means that the competition between platforms is no longer just about who has the best games, but about who offers the best overall experience. The key thing to watch next is how these ecosystems continue to evolve. Look for new subscription additions, exclusive content, and feature rollouts, as these will determine which platforms gain or lose momentum in the coming months. Story 3. Industry and Business Developments. The third major story of the month focuses on industry and business developments, which often receive less attention but have long-term consequences for the entire gaming landscape. These developments include changes in business strategies, pricing models, and overall market direction. While they may not always be visible to players immediately, they shape the future of gaming in significant ways. Gaming news is most valuable when it focuses on impact rather than headlines, and this is where industry developments become critical. These changes affect multiple groups within the gaming ecosystem. Developers are impacted through budget decisions, production timelines, and resource allocation. Creators are affected by platform policies, monetization systems, and discoverability changes. Players experience the results through pricing, content availability, and accessibility. For example, a shift in pricing models can change how games are sold or monetized, while strategic decisions by publishers can determine which types of games are developed and released. These are not short-term changes. They influence the direction of the industry over extended periods of time. Understanding these developments allows you to see where gaming is heading rather than just reacting to what is happening now. The most important thing to monitor is how these trends evolve. Pay attention to acquisitions, layoffs, pricing strategies, and major strategic shifts, as these are often early indicators of future changes. Rapid Fire. What you missed this month. In addition to the major stories, there are several important updates that you may have missed, but still have real impact. Official platform and publisher sources continue to be the most reliable way to track gaming news. Platforms like PlayStation Blog, Xbox Wire, Nintendo Updates, and Steam's News Hub provide direct and verified information and should always be prioritized over secondary reporting. Patch updates remain one of the most important aspects of gaming news. Changes to gameplay balance, performance improvements, monetization systems, and accessibility features can significantly alter how a game is experienced. Subscription services continue to evolve through catalog updates, which means the value of these services is constantly changing and should be evaluated regularly. Community platforms such as Reddit and Discord play an important role in identifying trends and player sentiment, but they should always be treated as discovery tools rather than sources of truth. Social platforms like X are useful for tracking developers and announcements, but they are best used for monitoring rather than confirmation. Monitoring tools such as RSS feeds and alert systems are becoming essential for managing the volume of gaming news, allowing for efficient tracking and filtering of relevant updates. Global news monitoring systems and APIs are also being used to detect trends across different regions and languages, providing a broader perspective on the gaming industry. That is your complete breakdown of the biggest gaming news this month, focused on what actually matters and why it matters. If you made it this far, you now have a clearer understanding of the gaming industry than most people who follow daily headlines without context. This series is designed to save your time and give you clarity, so if you want structured, verified, and high-value gaming updates every month, make sure you subscribe. Let me know in the comments what you think was the biggest gaming story this month, and I will see you in the next video.